علماء يفضحون استغلالهم في مواضيع الإعجاز. سنة 1984 أسس الشيخ عبد المجيد الزنداني بتمويل من رابطة العالم الإسلامي ما يسمى الهيئة العالمية للإعجاز العلمي في القرآن. قامت هذه الهيئة باستدراج علماء غربيين في مختلف المجالات العلمية والتحايل عليهم للمشاركة في لقاءات علمية بحجة تشجيع العلم في العالم الإسلامي. استدرجوهم ومنحوهم أموالاً وتذاكر سفر درجة أولى وإقامات في أفخم الفنادق، ثم أحرجوهم بلقاءات متلفزة حيث يسألهم الشيخ الزنداني عن آيات معينة في القرآن يترجمها لهم كما أراد. في هذه الحلقة سنفضح ما قامت به الهيئة العالمية للإعجاز العلمي الذي أحدث وقتها ضجة بشريط وزع في كل البلدان الإسلامية. علماء ظهروا في ذلك الشريط يشرحون لنا بالتفصيل الخدعة الكبرى التي كانوا ضحيتها ويقولون رأيهم الصريح في الإعجاز القرآني المزعوم. المتورطون في تجارة الإعجاز جامعة الملك عبد العزيز عبد المجيد الزنداني الشيخ اليمني، رابطة العالم الإسلامي، الهيئة العالمية للإعجاز العلمي في القرآن والسنة ومصطفى عبد الباسط أحمد، ثم جمعية الطلبة المسلمين. ونبدأ بأول ضحية الدكتور ويليام هاي.
هذا والبروفيسور هاي خرجنا معهم في رحلة بحرية ليرينا بعض الظواهر البحرية المتعلقة بموضوع أبحاثنا معه عن الإعجاز العلمي في القرآن والسنة. البروفيسور هاي من أشهر علماء البحار في أمريكا. ثم في النهاية وجه له السؤال: ما رأيك في هذه الظاهرة؟ نصوص نزلت قبل 1400 عام تصف دقائق الخلق والتكوين التي لا يمكن لبشر أن يعرفها في ذلك الزمان.
I have no way of knowing where they would come from. But I think it is extremely interesting that they are there and that this work is going on to discover the meaning of some of the passages. Well, I would think it must be the divine being.
إنه العلم الإلهي.
Now, are you the William W. Hay who appeared in the video I'm about to show you now?
I find it very interesting.
Yes, that's me.
Can you tell me what were you told was the purpose of this event?
An invitation that had been extended because we had heard that the Saudis were trying to do things that would make it easier for scientists to pursue their research in the Arab countries. A little concerned about what this was about because I don't know much about religion. My specialties are in geology and marine geology, and today I would visit Sheikh Zindani and we would have a discussion about different topics. He felt that there were certain passages in the Quran that were not readily explained except in terms of modern science, internal waves in the ocean. And I was really curious as to how there could be anything in the Quran about it. Was asking whether Muhammad had ever been to sea or had been talking to sailors, and I was assured that he had never even seen the sea and never talked to sailors, and he was illiterate. There were no possibility that he had ever heard any of this or this or this or this. Well, then you could say it was information from a divine being. That would require a lot of proof.
And then the video cuts immediately to a new scene where you say it must be from the divine being. And when he was asked about the source of the Quran, he replied, well, I would think it must be the divine being. So are you saying that that is a misrepresentation?
That's a misrepresentation. There's no question about that.
يقول أنه تم تحريف كلامه. يقول سألوني عن الأمواج الداخلية في المحيطات. طبعا هم ترجموا له الآيات كما أرادوا وهو لا يعرف العربية، كان يسمع عن طريق مترجم. هم قطعوا ما قبل السؤال وما بعد السؤال أخذوا it must be from a divine being.
The middle was cut out and then of course the fake question was presented.
Yeah, I realized this had gone on for about 4 days preparing me for this to get to the point where one would finally say those words that he wanted to hear.
ويقول أنه كان يعدني لمدة 4 أيام حتى يصل لي الجملة التي يريدها بالمقطع. فطرحنا عليه السؤال التالي فأجاب وحاطين المقطع must be from a divine being. طبعا هذا ضحك على الناس. ما رأيهم الآن أن عالم من الذين قالوا يشهدون القرآن يشهد على كذب الزنداني، على غش الهيئة العالمية للإعجاز العلمي.
Did you become a Muslim?
No.
Okay. What do you think was the real purpose of this event?
Clearly, I think in retrospect, it is to try to recruit people for the Muslim, for Islam. I hate to say it, but under false pretenses.
Yeah.
And that's a really serious problem.
نشوف شخص آخر اسمه توم أرمسترونغ، متخصص في علم الفلك.
والبروفيسور أرمسترونغ واحد من مشاهير علماء الفلك في أمريكا، يعمل في وكالة الفضاء الأمريكية ناسا. سألناه عن الحديد كيف تكون، لتكوين ذرات الحديد وجدنا أن الطاقة اللازمة يجب أن تكون كطاقة المجموعة الشمسية 4 مرات. ثم قال هو من نفسه بدون كلام منه، قال ولذلك يعتقد العلماء أن الحديد عنصر غريب وفد إلى الأرض ولم يتكون فيها. فذكرنا قول الله جل وعلا وأنزلنا الحديد فيه بأس شديد ومنافع للناس.
طبعا الكذب في التصريح، الكذب في المعلومة العلمية، الكذب في كل شيء. كل المجموعة الشمسية بما فيها الأرض تكونت من بقايا انفجارات نجمية سابقة، وتكونت جميعها من عناصر كثيرة بما فيها الحديد موجود. يعني تكونت الأرض قعدت مستنية وبعدين نزل عليه الحديد. كلام هذا هراء لا يقوله عالم.
فأنت ذا قد رأيت، ثم رأيت كيف جاءت هذه النصوص القرآنية قبل 1400 عام. فما رأيك فيها؟
That's a difficult question which I have been thinking about since our I'm not a sufficient scholar of human events and of human history. It's my job as a scientist to remain independent of certain questions, and I think that's one that I'd best stop.
أمر صعب أن يتصوروا أن هذا العلم الذي نزل في كتاب الله قبل 1400 عام.
طبعا بروفيسور توم أرمسترونغ حاول تجنب الفخ بكل الطرق.
My name is Thomas Armstrong.
It was some point during the 1980s, I think, you were invited to where you were asked questions about verses in the Quran.
To visit Jeddah, be interviewed by Sheikh Zendani. The proclaimed purpose was to discuss matters in astronomy and the origin of the solar system, the cosmogony.
Any mention of religion before you agreed to attend?
Not really. I understood that I was to be interviewed and to respond to questions. I do not know Arabic. I don't know the first part of it.
قال الهدف المعلن مناقشة أمور في علم الفلك وعلم نشأة الكون، لا ذكر للدين. لم يقولوا له أنت مدعو لمناقشة هل القرآن يتوافق مع العلم.
Professor Armstrong said that the scientists believe that iron is an extraterrestrial that was sent to Earth and not formed therein.
That is hopelessly confused. It takes much more energy, much more gravitational energy from larger stars to make iron. That is the reason why astronomers then and now understand that the solar system was formed out of the debris from earlier stellar explosions. The fact that the Earth and other objects in the solar system have iron really means that the solar system was formed out of this material that was present in the galaxy from earlier stellar explosions, supernova explosions, and other generations of stars that were born and destroyed before the Earth.
When he was discussing this, what he cited to you was a verse in the Quran, chapter 57, verse 25, which says, "And we sent down iron, which is great might and has many benefits for mankind." Do you think that it's an accurate description to say that iron was sent down to Earth?
No, it was an entirely natural process. It's understood to be, iron along with with lots and lots of other chemical elements, natural processes that formed the solar system. No magic, nothing supernatural, nothing divine is required to explain it.
Do they not look at the sky above them, how we have made it and adorned it, and there are no flaws in it? Did that strike you particularly as revelational?
No, there's nothing new or original or active place. It's evolving, it's changing. It's been the stars are born, stars die for natural reasons, not for divine reasons.
The verse about adorning the lowest heaven with lamps, which are missiles to shoot down Satan's, is that particular? Were you particularly impressed by Zindani revealing this text?
No, that has no basis in astronomy or observation or theory or anything scientific. That may be a religious opinion.
كلمة وأنزلنا الحديد خطأ علمي أصلا. نفس العلماء الآن يقولون لك أن القرآن فيه أخطاء علمية. ما فيش أنزلنا الحديد، ما فيش رجوما للشياطين. ما رأيكم الآن؟
One can always reinterpret generalities to be in agreement with specifics. Unfortunately, science doesn't proceed that way. Religion may proceed that way, but science does not. The generalities, the ambiguities, the other claims that are made with religious implication are just, they're only claims, ancient claim to be consistent with it. And that's not science. That's not even really very good anything else. But for whatever reason, that's not science. To try to justify religious beliefs and behaviors, a misuse of science, and justify religious beliefs in scientific terms is doomed to failure.
So what do you think then, on a scale of say 0 to 100, how convinced do you think you were by Zindani's arguments that the Quran had a clearly supernatural origin?
0.
0. كم كان بروفيسور أرمسترونغ مقتنع بالإعجاز العلمي؟ من 0 إلى 100 0. أنتم تقولون أن هناك علماء شاهدوا للقرآن، هو يقول لك لم تقنعني أي ذرة، 0. وهم الآن يفضحونكم علانية. الإعجاز العلمي ما هو إلا تجارة وتلاعب بالعقول وخداع من بدايته إلى آخره.